So the Rig School is a interdisciplinary program for computer science as well as business. So all the classes, everything's kind of aimed at combining those two fields.
Within this program, they take on a project from industry. Companies like Olsson give them kind of a moonshot. This is something that will really help us as a corporation or a nonprofit in many cases. We turn this problem over to the students and really give them the space to solve it.
We're comparing Revit models, which are your 3D CAD models, so the 3D model of a building, and we're comparing that to LiDAR scans, which are 3D point clouds that are scanned of a building. We're taking those and seeing where they differ, where they're the same, and then we're using those to gather some insights that we can deliver to the end user.
This is a very fun project because it's the most technical thing that I've ever been able to work on. So it's easy to explain, we're just comparing two models, but the actual nuts and bolts of how that happens is really, really complicated.
Throughout our first semester, we came up with 3 different ways, and every time we came up with a new idea, it was better than the other one. And something that we kind of had to learn and figure out is that don't fall in love with your code. Don't fall in love with your previous ideas, because maybe the next idea is going to be better and it's going to be harder for you to take on that new approach, new idea in the future.
Realizing how much data every engineering firm has on every building was amazing to me. And then it really got us thinking, like, where there's so much data, how do you actually leverage those insights?
It's one thing to go through and look at a model and look at a building and say, I can see these things. We do that as humans really intuitively, but to teach a computer through language in a really accurate, repeatable way, to do that is incredibly hard, especially then at the scale that we do it.
It's really nice to have real stakeholders in the project with you. It's really good to be able to talk to different departments in Olsson and kind of figure out, would our application be beneficial to this department as well as these people. So kind of really looking at the overall business value of a project, I think that's helped me.
Very proud of what they did. They were incredibly creative, they worked incredibly hard, and then I think they just had a ton of fun doing it.
My main hope for the project in the long run is to see this as a self-sufficient product that can be used not only by Olsson, but a lot of other companies out there that do construction and can find it as a very useful quality control tool.